Light is the language of the universe. And in the heart of Bhutan, deep in the Himalayas, where the rare black-necked crane flies south from Tibet, the universe is in the midst of a breathtaking conversation. The school children walk for many miles through the sun-drenched land here in the Popjika Valley, past countryside dotted with prayer flags that sow the wind with blessings of peace and harmony with nature. Each winter, the black-necked crane makes its home here in the valley. The people devote art and prayer to this winged messenger that flies on the light from its summer home in the mountains of Tibet. Endangered by the urbanization and deforestation of Tibet, there are only about 800 such birds left.
Bhutan is a place that really has retained a purity that you find in very few other parts of the world.
Bob and his organization SELF are here at the invitation of the Royal Society for the Protection of Nature to try to save the habitat of the black-necked crane while preserving the path towards modernization for the people of Popjika Valley.
There are a lot of conservation efforts going on which often overlook how the needs of people that live in and near these ecosystems are so critical to the preservation of these ecosystems, because a lot of people haven't made that connection.
Let's say, for example, Popjika is a very pristine environment, habitat for the endangered black-necked cranes, ecologically very significant. And at the same time, we have people with aspirations for development. There are ways by which both can be brought together. Conservation can be a basis for human welfare.
The 500 families who live in Popjika still cut down trees to make wood chips to light their homes. Even when supplemented with kerosene and its noxious fumes, the light is so meager that it is difficult for children to do homework, for weavers to weave, for tailors to sew, and for doctors to practice their art. Kerosene must be brought many miles over the mountains, often by hand and at great expense. To discourage the people of Popjika from leaving for the city, and to help preserve the habitat of the black-necked crane, the people of Bhutan ask SELF to bring in a clean, renewable source of energy for the valley. Despite the inevitable onrush of modernity, Bhutan as a nation is careful not to let itself be overrun by the outside world. Bhutan's king is perhaps most renowned for proclaiming that gross national product is less important than gross national happiness. They seek a tempered, balanced approach to modernization, without sacrificing the culture and values of a deeply spiritual land. The people practice Tantric Mahayana Buddhism. The homes are filled with shrines and murals of Buddhist deities. These are not gods remote from experience, but rather reflections of states of awareness. They're not objects of art, but mirrors of our innermost being. The deities and the mandalas transport us, not to some alternate reality, but into a deeper vision of the world of which we are an inseparable part. Our calling is not to escape this web of interdependent nature, but to awaken to the world as it is. This is not a religion of commandments, but of a calling. Be a light unto yourself, it calls. If you have the well-being of others firmly in your heart, you will never take a wrong step. And so into this world steps the solar electric light fund.
The plan is to have 4 teams of 3 to 4 people, and we're going to try and do 2 systems a day per team, so 8 per day.
Jeff not only helped to plan and manage the enormous project, but he assembled and coordinated a staff from 4 corners of the planet.
Oh, see, this is what, when I want to give a warm hug, he wants to smash your face. Yes, this is not good.
Because this work is so grassroots intensive, it's critical that we have people on the ground that understand the local language and culture.
The most spirited member of this team is Singay of Bhutan.
Singay, the right person, Singay.
And the man behind the camera is Joseph Hanwright, a film director and philanthropist from Hawaii.
Karachi.
So, how does it feel?
Paradise.
Anytime you work in such remote places, it's always a challenge, logistically, to just physically get equipment and people to these places.
Local truck driver.
Local truck.
Local truck driver.
If you have a clear day, you have a good route. If it's rainy, there will be landslides. It will be quite difficult for the trucks to come uphill.
From India, there were 2 trucks. The immigration office is closed. The checkpost is closed for 3 days.
Yeah, that's what we all understand here. That'd be the morning of the 13th.
We make a road for a skirt to pass over.
One of the trucks is in the border between India and Bhutan.
We're trying to find out information on where the taxi went with all the equipment.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
10 days? They're going to have somebody drive up to Phumsiling, which is on the border.
Yeah, I sent $100. Did you copy?
Well, it's Thursday, October 30th.
And you expect them today?
Yes, very much. Before 1 o'clock.
The trucks are here! Hey!
Trucks are here, the equipment are here.
2,000 miles from Bangalore up through the heart of India towards the crest of the Himalayas, across the border, deep into Bhutan. But alas, much of the equipment arrives damaged.
Four out of 16. 1/4 of the batteries are damaged so far. Yeah, we're loaded upside down, with the covers completely corroded away and corroding into the battery below.
We've had our fair share of trials and tribulations.
150 families in the valley signed up to get solar power, understanding that some of them would have to wait a few more weeks for new, undamaged batteries.